Sock Sunday Shop Talk, everybody. I spent way too long in my shop. I'll explain it in a minute. I would call it fail. It was a fail attempt, but it's not a total failure because I learned something from it. If you fail at something, but you learn something from it, from that lesson, from that experience, it's not a total failure. It's just making it right the next time. But I'll get into that here in a second. First of all, this morning I told you I was going to change the hardware on my Ka-Bar Vector 18 to black. Look at that. And it's facing out the smoothest. Remember before I had if you saw my video this morning, it was bothering me that the screw part right there was facing out. I want the smooth part of this type of hardware facing out. I think that looks bad. Ass. Can I say that? Or bad. There you go. That's what you do. I also changed this around and did the same thing. I left that hardware that color instead of black because of the knife. This is a BPS knife and the screw parts on the back. Okay. This is the Ontario 3 that I did, and I had that flimsy belt loop, which I saved for a pattern. And I put the heavier, and I'm so much happier with it. This I could actually carry to work. I wish it was serrated. I wish I had gotten the serrations on that one. That's the Ontario 3, the custom scales I did. The hardware is facing the right way, and this is that thick leather, which feels, I mean, it's solid. It feels like a firearms holster. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted. There's nothing flimsy about that. That is solid up and down. Okay, now I had a question I wanted to answer. I appreciate he watched the short video of me dumping some budget knives on the couch yesterday. That bait, hook, sinker, line, sinker, whatever it was. Anyway, two people. One, Donovan Chu, he had a great eye. He says, man, you threw a couple of good classics in there. Yes, I did. If y'all notice, there's a couple of Glocks in there, Glocks 81s. Those are under 40 bucks. Fantastic knives. I've had them for, well, 3 colors I've had for 2 years now, and one of them I've had for years. Great budget knife. The Glock Field 81. Anyway, one guy, Donovan has a good eye on that. And another guy, I appreciate him. He asked me if I could show, or what is it? He said the one with the bolsters. That's this. And what this is a knife that the company sent me 3 knives if I would do reviews on, which I did a while back. Okay, this is the company is Tactiman, Tactiman, and they are on Amazon. And the other 2 knives, I forget what it was. I'm not sure if they were fixed blade or folders, but this thing right here is in a special drawer because this is fantastic. It's one I carry once in a while. This is 23 bucks, folks. Okay, this is a black wooden handle. Check that out. It is the Tactiman Gentleman's folding knife. You got the silver bolsters, deep pocket carry, lanyard hole. Check out that wood right there. Okay, watch this. This is action. Nice and smooth. Look at that blade. The blade is HCR 13 MOV steel with a satin finish. It is razor sharp, folks. And there's the name right there, Tactiman. And yes, you see it, Axis lock. Isn't that cool? Here's the coolest part, 23 bucks on Amazon. Yep, this is 23 bucks, people. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I have carried this in my left pocket on weekends. It's just fantastic. It's razor sharp. And I hope that answers your question. I told them I'd be showing it on SOG Sunday Shop Talk. And there it is. Great looking knife, good eye, good question. I appreciate it. Okay, real quick, I had a couple of questions. It's not really troll, I don't think, or was he trying to troll me? Anyway, I did have answers for him. One guy, the same guy asked these 2 questions. On the Tops Impact, he asked, will it peel a cucumber? Okay, I said, I can only peel a tomato. And those of you that are in the South, I was born and raised in the South. I lived all in the States, okay? And when I was raised, and I still do it, We peel our tomatoes. My mom could peel tomatoes like you wouldn't believe. Sharpest knife I've ever seen. But we peel our tomatoes because the tomato sandwich with salt and pepper and mayo is the best thing, the best sandwich in the world. And second place is the BLT. But we peeled our tomatoes. Okay, his second question was on the the Ontario Rat 3 that I did yesterday. Now, these are on the short videos because you can see them. You can see who asked them. He asked, can it chop onions? And my answer was, only red onions. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Man, I'm glad I did that belt loop. Okay. Seal Pup, I'm not going to be throwing today. I should have put that in my budget bundle yesterday. This is like between 50, 55 bucks, I think it is. This is budget friendly sock Seal Pup. This is fantastic. They come in the nylon sheath, but you can get them in the Kydex sheath. I have both. The Kydex sheath I don't use. This one I use all the time, and I throw it. This is a fantastic budget knife, and it does a lot. Very well balanced, nice grip, fantastic. I highly recommend this. I constantly recommend this. I see them in Walmart all the time. It's at my Walmart now. You know, you can get it there. I think it was 54 bucks or something like that. Okay, now for the failure for the day is, you knew I was going to do a leather sheath covering over my SOG Tellus FX. There it is. Okay, it just got worse and worse. Okay, I never planned on going all the way up with it. The sheath, the molded sheath it came in, cracked a little bit on each side. It's not their fault. It's not built to do what I did. It looks pretty good in the camera. I used the gunmetal silver eyelets to match the knife. Okay, I got the thick leather, the belt loop. It's nice and stiff. The molded sheath was just brittle. I had to actually heat it up to get this back in there, and I kept going with it. I'll keep this one out here. I say it's not a total failure because I learned some things about it. I also want to, this made me even more want to get into Kydex and leather sheath making. And my thoughts on this, I'm going to give it a shot, is next weekend I'm thinking about drilling out my eyelets and taking out the molded sheath and just go see how it does with just a straight leather. I know there's things in there in the leather. I saw Last Chance Knives, they put a little y'all know what it is. It's like a little border thing on the inside to keep the knife in place. But I was looking at this, and I think if I just took that molded sheath out of it, that I actually can make this work. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I really had to sand down part of the sheath. The sheath is totally destroyed. The original factory sheath, it's gone. So this will be a great knife. I'm going to keep it out here. I'm going to attempt to do what I told you next weekend. See if I can go straight to leather. But this is one I'll keep out here because this is the one I will play around with to make a Kydex sheath and also a leather sheath. This is a good knife to do so because I don't really use this knife. This is the last SOG knife I've bought since they were bought out. I bought this in Ace Hardware this last year just to see what was up with it, and it's okay. It's okay. It's a good knife. It's okay. You can remove the scales. I have. I was just investigating it. It's got nice jipping. Okay. It's just I wasn't happy with the color of the sheath, and I hated the mount. I will tell you, I hated the clip on it. It was just awful. So it's not a total failure. I learned something from it. And it doesn't look that bad from a distance. There you are up close. Hey, I'll show you my successes. I brag on it, you know, custom this, custom that. But if I fail, I'm going to show you. I'm not embarrassed about it. You know, it's just, it took a lot of my day. I planning on showing y'all some individual SOG knives and didn't get to it. So with that said, one more thing, because I ordered the scales for it. They'll come in Tuesday. It's a color I haven't used yet, if it comes out like it's supposed to. I'll work on this next weekend. I'm going to attempt another folder and another assisted. Remember my last assisted I failed at? Ended up taking the spring out and making it just a flipper, which is okay. I have it in my, it looks great, and it's a flipper. But here I got a little spring assisted. It's a Humvee. I already changed the clip from tip down to tip up, and I'm ready to go. And this will be my next folder to do my Carta scales, and hopefully I can keep this spring assisted, and that will be awesome. That will be awesome. And then one day I will try a honey badger again. Okay, with that said, I hope maybe I can show you an up close and personal SOG knife in my collection. I don't think I'm going to be able to throw. I know I'm not going to throw. I'm not going to say I may. I'm not going to throw. It's time to go inside and start doing some last minute stuff and getting ready for the evening and tonight and this week. Y'all take care. Have a good evening, and SOG out.